The war in Ukraine, Putin's Russia, and the opportunity for Canada in the long term to make a decisive difference. Over the past week, we've all watched as Russian tanks, planes, and ballistic missiles have targeted the Ukrainian state, an act of aggression that has united the Western world and led to economic sanctions of an unprecedented proportion, with two exceptions: oil and natural gas. Russia's two most important and lucrative export resources, which kind of defeats the purpose. So why did this happen? Simple. The world, and specifically Europe, is addicted to Russian energy. 24% of France's natural gas comes from Russia, 46% of Italy's, and 49% of Germany's. And for some smaller countries like Finland and Bulgaria, that number is even higher. And when it comes to crude oil, the world's most important globally traded commodity, Russia is the second largest exporter on the planet, behind only Saudi Arabia. But there is one country that has the potential to fill the gap, to displace that Russian supply, a country that respects human rights, abides by the highest environmental standards, and despite provocations, hasn't invaded its neighbor in over 200 years. That country, of course, is Canada. While today we produce less than half the oil produced by Russia, our reserves are more than double, and our natural gas from British Columbia to Quebec sits idly in the ground, as project after project, pipeline after pipeline has been either blocked, delayed, or run out of town, or in the case of northern BC just the other week, violently attacked. We are giving up the greatest economic opportunity of any country in the world, while at the same time dooming our European allies to be forever captive to a belligerent Russian regime. And it's all because our politicians would rather virtue signal to Canadians than have an adult conversation. Case in point, Justin Trudeau, who announced Canada was banning crude oil imports from Russia, even though we haven't received any since 2019. What we need to do instead is fulfill the role that only we are able to do, to provide that safe, reliable source of energy to our allies that no one else can, to get off the fence and become the furnace of democracy that the world so desperately needs. Whether it's oil, gas, uranium, or gold, no one does resource development better than Canada or better than Canadians. And it's times like this when we're reminded just how important that truly is.